Testing. Okay, good afternoon, everybody. You may wonder why you are here for music lesson today, right? Okay, I want to tell you, this is the day that the Lord has made. Okay, Jesus has prepared someone very special to meet you. I'm glad that a very special musician is here today. He flew all the way from Boston to Hong Kong for a charity concert this Sunday. And we are grateful to be able to invite him to share with his great life story with us. Let me briefly introduce him to you. Canadian-born violinist and educator, Mr. Adrian Anantawan holds degrees from the Curtis Institute of Music, Yale University, and Harvard Graduate School of Education. His memorable moments include performances at the White House, the opening ceremonies of the Athens and Vancouver Olympic Games, and the United Nations. Adrian is a Juno Award nominee, a member of the Terry Fox Hall of Fame, and was awarded a Diamond Jubilee Medal from Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II for his contributions to the Commonwealth. He currently is the chairman of music at Milton Academy in Boston. This time, he's invited to Hong Kong as the music ambassador of the True Color Symphony, the largest and all-inclusive orchestra in Hong Kong, with more than 160 children, adults, and senior citizens from 7 to 70 years old, ethnic minorities, as well as communities with special needs, such as the blind, the deaf, the autistic, handicapped, and intellectually challenged. So at your hand, you have the information for the coming concerts. You may take a look, but please don't play with your pamphlets during the talk. Now, I think you are eager to meet him. Let us welcome Adrian now.
Hello. Thank you so much for coming here. I know that this is a very special day for you. Happy New Year, and I hope that your 2020 is going wonderful so far. So I would love to be able to play a couple pieces of music for you, a little afternoon or late morning concert on my violin. And the pieces that I've chosen are a couple dance pieces by a composer. His name is J.S. Johann Sebastian Bach. And it's one piece is gentle and relaxing, so you hopefully can feel relaxed. And the other is more joyful and energetic. And I wanted to play for you first because sometimes the best way to get to know a new person is to be able to hear their art. It's like when you go to a new country, it's nice to be able to try their food first, and then you can really get to know a new place. And then afterwards, I'm going to share a little bit of my story of how I grew up and what I'm doing now with my life as well. So thank you again for being so quiet and being such great listeners. And I'm looking forward to sharing this piece with you. Thank you so much for being able to listen to these pieces of music. Violin music is sometimes a little bit different than the other things that you listen to. So I'm grateful to be able to play something that's a little older, and thank you for those who are taking the time to really hear the music that was played on this instrument. So as people can tell, I'm born a little bit differently, or look a little bit differently than other people. I have my left hand, which looks pretty regular, 5 fingers, and then I have my small hand here that has 5 smaller fingers, and I can't really move them, but that's okay. So I was born without my right hand. And what happened is the doctors say that an umbilical cord wrapped around my hand when I was not born yet, and then it kept it from growing. And when you are a baby, you need air for your body to grow. So my hand didn't grow very much. And I think one of the things that my parents were very worried about was that I would have a lot of different challenges in life, from maybe being bullied or not being able to do simple things in life. Can we get the slide up? Thank you. So I wanted to show you a picture of me when I was a baby. Oh, second one, move another one. So my grandmother is on the left right there, and then my mom is on the right. And when I was first born, my mom was worried that my grandmother wouldn't accept me into the family because maybe there was some curse upon the a few generations ago, maybe someone did something bad and I was missing an arm as a result. But my grandmother looked at me and said, well, he laughs like any baby, he cries like any baby. You know what, he's just normal and he needs to exercise his small hand in order to make it stronger. So she went to the marketplace in Hong Kong and looked for a toy for me to play with, and she found a small bracelet with some bells attached to it. And whenever I was very small in the crib and I was shaking around, my grandmother would put this small bracelet onto my small hand. And then whenever I shook this hand, it sounded like jingle, 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 jingle. And because it made a sound as a baby, I was like, ooh, I want to do this all day. Listening to my music, and every single time I shook my hand, my grandmother thought that my arm would get stronger. I don't know, I think my hand is still pretty weak, but it doesn't matter because I think that my tiny bracelet for my small hand was also my first musical instrument. And if I didn't have a chance to be able to have belief from my grandmother or my mom or people who supported me, I wouldn't be playing the violin today. So sometimes when you have challenges in life, it really is a choice that you make to believe in someone else. Just because someone has a challenge or disability or might look or say things that are different, it doesn't mean that they cannot achieve something that might be really amazing. So I wanted to share one more piece with you. This is a favorite piece of my grandmother called Butterfly Lover's Concerto. It has a very sweet melody, and then it sort of represents whenever there's struggle, that you can transform that into something that is more beautiful. So on the violin, you'll hear almost like the violin starting off in like very sweet melody and then transforming into butterflies. Wow, there's a lot of stuff going on outside, but I'm glad that we're here. So thank you again for being such a responsive audience. I know it's a lot of distractions. So I'm looking forward to playing and sharing this piece of music with you. And you can just relax and listen.